You're watching Newswire on Free Speech TV. I'm Jared Jakangmayer. As we record this at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, the House and Senate are both currently debating the debt ceiling plan negotiated between the White House and congressional leaders. The measure gives Republicans about $2.1 trillion in spending cuts, no tax increases, and a guaranteed vote on the balanced budget amendment. And Democrats get basically nothing, and progressives in Congress and elsewhere are deeply upset. On the line, we have political writer John Walker. He's been covering the debt drama for the blog Fire Dog Lake. Hi, John.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
So, John, the White House is trying to pitch this deal as something of a marginal success for Democrats because I guess the nation isn't going to go into full-on default. But from a progressive perspective, is there any silver lining to this that you can see?
No, not really. I guess it could be a lot worse is about as good of a excuse as the White House has come up with to tell progressives, but that doesn't change that it's a really bad deal.
And part of this deal is that there will be a joint committee, a bipartisan committee formed in the near future that will go and look at what actually is going to get cut in the future. What do you think about this committee? They call it the Super Committee.
Yeah, the Super Committee or the Super Congress. It's sort of designed to get around basic Democratic accountability. It's got 6 members who are Republicans, 6 members who are Democrats. Whatever package they put together can't be amended, can't be filibustered in the Senate, sort of goes against the entire legislative process, you know, the whole traditional way of getting things done. It's sort of remarkable that whenever progressives want something, they say, oh, there's a filibuster in the Senate, they need 60 votes. When it comes to passing austerity, big cuts, magically they come up with a way to get around the filibuster.
And of course, people are fearful that whatever is decided upon by this super committee could include things like big cuts to social programs.
Oh yeah, it's very likely it could include cuts to Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. That's sort of the whole purpose of this, is when you're talking about 1.5 trillion worth of cuts, unless you're cutting the social safety net, there's really not enough discretionary spending out there to get those large of cuts.
And the way this entire debt ceiling debate has gone, you would think that the Democrats aren't in control of any of the branches of government there in Washington, let alone the presidency and the Senate. But the Republicans have had a lot of success by using the strategy of taking hostages. You had written about this strategy this morning. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, basically the Republicans threatened to do something really bad, in this case not raising the debt limit, which would cause all sorts of problems if the White House didn't take some extraordinary steps to deal with it. And they did it previously with the Bush tax cuts, threatened to let them all expire unless they got their way. Did it with a continuing resolution, threatened to shut the government down unless they got their way. It's turned out to be incredibly effective because Obama stated a year ago that I won't allow the hostages to get harmed. So as a result, the Republicans take hostages.
And so finally, progressive House members look like they aren't going to be voting for this package, and but nevertheless, it's expected to pass sometime tonight. Where do you see the strategy for progressives going forward? Is this a losing issue for the next year, or is there some way that progressives can stand up for themselves a little more?
You know, it's tough to see how progressives turn this around because during the healthcare bill, they threatened to not vote for the bill unless they got a public option. They folded. This time around, the Tea Parties threatened that they wouldn't vote for a debt ceiling increase unless they got their way, and people took them seriously. So progressives haven't really been taken seriously because they haven't stuck to their word. Maybe they'll find some issue to draw a line in and get themselves taken seriously. I don't see where that issue is, though.
Okay, well, John, thanks a lot for joining us.
Thank you.
John Walker is a political blogger for firedogLake.com. Follow his ongoing commentary about the debt ceiling debacle. This is Newswire.